All right. How's everybody feeling? Bitcoin followed through today after being really boring yesterday. But what did I tell you guys to do? I said watch to see if Bitcoin starts to recover the last candle or not, and that'll tell you if we're going to run or not. Alright, let's jump in. Alright, so let's start with calming everyone's nerves. So, Bitcoin's fine, going sideways. Strong momentum candles. Spider line around 109. We got liquidity up here at the highs that we can take. If we just draw a simple trend line here. And we still got some ways to go, right? Hold on here. Okay. Alright, so this is Cipher Matrix. We're going to start here. So what do we know? We know that there was liquidity at 100K. They thought they were safe on the move down here. We have now swept that liquidity. We have put in a swing failure pattern. And we are now moving up and squeezing shorts. What else do we know? Well, let's switch over to standard candles here. We also know if my fib will work. Hold on, I need to refresh this. Alright, so what do we know? We know that when it came down and put in this SFP, we know that it also closed above the range deviation level. Okay. We know that we came down to sweep this liquidity and we SFP'd and closed back within standard deviation of the range. We also know that if we take an anchored VWAP from the low right here, we know that we bounced right off that. Now, what I can tell you about anchored VWAPs is when you are in a trend, the first bounce off of the anchored VWAP from the low is generally gonna be your higher low. Now, we can see that on other time frames. Let's just make this a little better for you guys. Okay. Now we can see that on smaller time frames. So if we go to like the 1 hour, for instance, and we look at this downtrend, if we take our anchored VWAP tool and we put it at the high, you can see that our first lower high comes off that VWAP, and it kind of serves as a validation of when that downtrend is over, right? Same thing from the low here. Our first bounce comes from here, liquidity sweep, now we're going up. This is the logic with anchored VWAPs, right? Same thing if we put an anchored VWAP from the high. Right? Our first high or low was here. Stop those people out. High or low. Comes down, we break that, we start to go up, right? Which we are above right now. So the fact that on a macro basis, we have a lot of factors combining, right? We have a sweep of liquidity. We have our first touch of our anchored VWAP from the low. We have a bullish engulfing candle that engulfed 4 negative days of price action. This candle engulfed 4 negative days of price action and 5 candles total. That is a bullish candle, very bullish candle, right? And what have we done after that? This was the day that I was worried about yesterday, right? I was worried that we were going to come down and maybe retest the wick of this, or 50% of the candle, but we didn't. We just went sideways, which is what you want. And now we have 3 white soldiers, right? Pushing up, right? 3 white soldiers, you go up, right? 3 white soldiers, you go up, right? 3 white soldiers, you go up, right? So we have a candlestick pattern backing us up. We have that we're still within the range backing us up, targeting premium up here at 109.810. And then we also have one of the most bullish candles in Bitcoin that you can see, engulfing 5 days of price action. Look at our weekly now. Now, this still has to close, right? But our weekly, you guys understand the deviation. So I don't need, like, even on the weekly you see it. Doesn't matter. But, like, the weekly candle is engulfing 2 negative weeks of price action. If this week closes above, what is that, 106.7, it's going to engulf 3 weeks of price action. That is extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. And let's look at our oscillators, right? So looking at Market Cipher, let's go to the daily. Everyone's talking about this red dot on the weekly. I'm going to explain to you why it doesn't matter. Okay? So if we're looking at our daily here, we have 3 SFPs of this low. Or sorry, 2 SFPs of this low. Bulls step in to defend this low. We have a shift in momentum to the upside. We have like an Ethereum in a bull market pattern here, right? We have nice push of VWAP. We have gapped RSI showing that this move down was weak, and now the alligator jaws are snapping back together, right? Let's go to our 2-day. Our 2-day, which is about to close in an hour, by the way, is printing a trigger wave. And the money flow that everyone was worried about on the 2-day, look at that. It's coming up. It's not your job to predict the market. It is simply your job to react to what the market is showing you. Okay? So if we look at the 2-day, we see we have a momentum candle with no wick to the downside. We see that we have a green dot printing, or oversold. If we look at the MACD, look at this MACD on the daily. Bullish divergence. Let's get Market Cipher out of here for a second so I can make this point. We have bullish divergence on the weekly, or on the daily, right? We have 3 days of positive MACD printing. We're about to print across below the 0 line. So what's our invalidation, right? Like, when is this not playing out? Well, my buddy FG made a great indicator called Leapfrog. It just plots some VWAPs for you. And if we look at that, turn on all of our labels here. Okay, we don't need those labels. If we look at that, you can see, what the heck? There we go, there we go, there it is. We bounced right from our Q2 VWAP, right? So we came down to test the average price for the quarter, and we got a very bullish reaction off of that. That tells us that bears were trying to break this quarter down, failed, and held the range, right? So this monthly VWAP sitting right here at like 105.1, this is your invalidation that we might go down and recover some of that vector candle, some of that giant daily candle. Everyone's talking about this price action and how this is like really weird, right? And how there's a bunch of liquidity in here. The reason for that, I mean, look, we have NASDAQ pushing to new all-time highs, opening positive on futures, right? We have the S&P about to make a new all-time high, right? Very close. We have Bitcoin also about to make a new all-time high, really close. NASDAQ gave you the clue and made it first, right? So if we don't lose 105,000, this candle's not weird. This candle, this price action is not weird. This price action is the result of reclaiming May's VWAP, right? This is May starts, sell in May, go away. Oh, just kidding, let me stop you out. Oh, yep, sell in May, go away. Oh, nope, we're going up, right? Like, it's narrative, right? So this candle closes above May's VWAP. We try to break down, we can't, we hold above, and then we just start drifting up, right? This candle bullishly engulfing all of this negative price action is what is leading to this, right? A slow drift up. And what is this allowing? It's allowing the price comes up here, ranges, people short, their stop losses are up here. We initiate out of the range, mitigate the range, and then we go chase the shorts. We hit the spider line, we come back down, we got to build up more ammo, and then we push up again, we hit more liquidations, right? That's what you're seeing here. Now, what's interesting here, and I know that I can probably make these more entertaining, but I don't care. If you don't stick around, that's fine. But, yeah, if we hold this low that we SFP'd, I'm not worried, right? We retested the spider line. We retested the high, or we retested my random orange line. We retested the spider line, right? We SFP'd the low, and then we came up, we put in a high, we broke that high internally, right? At an internal break of structure. Well, we actually, man, we had two bullish things, right? So we had the bullish break of structure here, but we also had the bullish SFP. Now this is internal, right? This is an external SFP here. So I'll leave that one white, right? This is one of my favorite patterns to trade. This is like the Jerome Powell pattern, right? I call it that because it prints. It's like you SFP the low and then you break the high. Now what are we doing? We're coming down, right? Probably to the 618. Yeah, probably here, which also happens to be where VWAP is and the 786, right? So let's take a box. This is VWAP 786, 618, and a spider line. If you're worried about Bitcoin, set an alert here. If Bitcoin loses the spider line and tests it as resistance, like this, right? Like if you see it come down, the box fails, and then this happens, and then this, and this alert goes off, then yeah, close your long. Until then, there's no reason to close your long. Let's turn on Cipher protocol and let's see what we see. What we see is a short-term correction, very bullish 1 hour. We see us butting our heads because we went to premium, and look, our special box aligns with the bottom of the regression channel that we've been in since here, right? And all we've been doing in this channel is ranging up, right? So this looks like this is like consolidation and move higher. This is like Bitcoin in a bull run type action, right? So what's important to know? I'm gonna talk a little bit about let me see. Oh, you're good. No worries. No worries, Cameron. Take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. So what's important to know is when you're wrong, right? Like when it's time to close the trade, right? Because you have a target in mind. We're doing a range rotation up to 109. Like, when am I wrong? Well, you're wrong technically when this breaks, but in terms of saving profit on your trade, you're wrong when the 15-minute turns into a downtrend. Because right now the 15-minute trend is still up because we SFP'd the low and we're just coming back down to possibly put in higher low. So yeah, I would put alert here. Now, let's have some fun. I want to answer some questions, look at some stuff. What do you guys want to know? Or what chart do you want me to look at? Any questions you guys have, go ahead and fire it off. If no one puts any questions in, then I'm just going to talk about trading psychology. So let's see what questions you guys have. ENA? All right, we can look at ENA. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Lydia, for the suggestion. All right, let's look at ENA. Recovery for alts. Okay, that's a deeper question. Yeah, we can do that. I think ENA looks fine. I think if you're worried about ENA, where's our week break? Here it is. So, okay, so let's can you spell setting the indicator? Yes, I'll go over the indicator, but let's do a thought experiment first, okay? So, what if everyone's wrong? Right? What if Bitcoin is not going to go to 93K or whatever, 96K, whatever everyone's saying? What if we're gearing up for the bull run right now? What do altcoins look like at the bottom of their runs? They look like this. Everybody sold them off, right? And where did it come back to? It came back to its weekly OBIM, right? This is the supply, or the demand, I'm sorry, that started the move up. So everybody sold everything, and then it came right back to where it started. So if you're worried about ENA, then I would set array here, and I'd say ENA weekly bear break of structure. And otherwise, what I see is I hate when it does this. Yeah, my stop is at -2 cents. Thank you, TradingView. Yeah. So what I see here is 18 to 1 trade. Well, okay, it's gone up a little bit, right? So 13 to 1 trade, right? You're risking 30. So if you spend $100, you're risking $30 to make $400. I think ENA is fine. And I think that if we go to the daily, so we broke our downtrend here, retested it, and we're just ranging. And if we pull volume, yeah, I think what I'd want to see for a good long on ENA is it's testing this like wick. I'd like to see it come up and get acceptance here. So I think you set an alert here. And if ENA gets acceptance back into this value area, then I think this is a spring. And I think that you're about to jump across the creek, right? Right? That's what I think about ENA. Okay. Any other questions? Oh, you were talking about the alt market in total. Let's see. So we talked about there being a little bit of a struggle with the supply. We talked about how this was just a range deviation outside of the previous move. It didn't break 738 billion. We talked about how it was in this triangle. It looks like, yeah, total 3 looks like it has broken the downtrend and it's retesting the top of it. It looks good, man. And altcoins are hitting some very key levels, right? Like, you have to kind of look at the big picture, and your job is not to predict the market. It's not to say that the market can't go here, or can't go there, or can't do this, right? The market can do anything at any time. Your job is to take the highest probability setup and outlook based on what you see on the charts, not try to predict the market, right? So let's see. So we're still in discount, right? Yeah, breakout retest is what I see on total 3. It looks like we had some like local TA here. Oh yeah, we broke this. Now we're hitting our head on this, coming down. Yeah, I mean, I see money coming in on the longer term time frame. Like total 3 is really bullish on the weekly. Like this chart is so bullish on the weekly. Like we came up here, we broke structure on the weekly, came right back to our golden pocket, tapped it, literally exactly, as well as our decision block here. You guys have heard me say this before if you guys watched on the stream, right? Or sorry, I guess it was demand, right? Right? We tap demand. And that's where we're, and like the previous range, so like range, initiation, mitigation, continuation, right? Range, initiation, mitigation, continuation, right? That's what you're looking for on total 3. Now, what's your invalidation for that? I can give you exactly your invalidation for that. Set alert here, 738 billion. If total 3 closes a daily candle below here, and I think I said this on last stream, sell all of your altcoins, sell everything, right? There's your invalidation, because then we're no longer ranging. This break of structure is real, and we're going down. Yeah, breakout retest. So this is what we're hitting our head on, right? This supply. So Bitcoin's job right now, it says it already mitigated 50%. Let's see, hold on. Yeah. So Bitcoin's job right now is to hold structure out of the supply, right? If you're bearish and you want to front run structure, you could short it with a stop above the supply, targeting the lows. That's a 6-to-1. If you want to hedge, you can hedge the supply block, but you're hedging a breakout of momentum, a slow grind up. Yeah. SEI on the 4-hour. And you spill the settings on it. Yeah, let's go over the indicator, sure. Let's do it. Okay. All right, let's do it. Oh yeah, okay. So let's look at our 15-minute. You guys want like local stuff? Oh, you're wanting SAI? Yeah, I'll get to that. Let's just look at it on Bitcoin here. Turn some stuff on here. Okay. Man, having the lo-fi music is kind of cool. Okay, so we're hitting our special box right now, right? You guys on this channel, I've showed you guys this over and over again. We're underneath 3 bullishly gapped EMAs, right? Best risk to reward here is buying here for a move at least back up to the top EMA and then seeing what happens there. We're in discount of the range, right? We could see downsides to like 106.4, but again, remember, we want this SFP to hold and we want to go up. Point of control, yeah. So if we did move down, so if let's make a plan, right? So if we lose the spider line and we reject, you can close your long, right? And we come down to this 105 level. That's going to be the point of control for the range. It's also going to be the month to day VWAP, right? It's also going to be yeah, it's not even a 380 retracement. Yeah, I think we got to go up more, I think, before we come down. Yeah, if we lose the level, close your long, and I would look for another long at like 105. Depending on like what price looks like, right? If we do come for all this liquidity, because there's liquidity in all these lows, right? Okay. Yeah, so we had our first 12-hour. Oh man. Yeah, guys. So this is the 12-hour. So we had this buy signal that caused this run up, right? And then we had this cluster of buy signals at the bottom, and this is an accumulation, a Model 3 accumulation, right? Which is the same thing that we had here, right? And after we came up, we had one buy signal in the reversal zone, and that triggered the run up, right? What we have here, we had a deviation outside of our range, right? We were overbought. We came down, gotten a discount, got another pump, couldn't take the liquidity, came down, rejected off the midpoint, and now we deviated the range, just like all this stuff lines up, right? So we deviated the range on the channel as well. We touched our reversal zone. We printed a buy signal on that bullish ass candle, and now we're just slowly drifting up. These large time frame signals are reliable. Okay, you said on Ian, SEI? Yeah, sure. Dude, SEI got they're part of the Circle Holdings, I think, right? Dang, I got pumped. So the trend is slightly up. It looks like. So you had a weird accumulation range. Had your breakout. And now you're breaking out. You're attempting to break. You're having a change of character on the 12-hour. A swing change of character on the 12-hour. Yeah, I mean, these alt signals are... Where's our golden pocket at? $38 to 40 cents. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I think SCI... Oh, wait. $382 came down. Yeah, SCI is still cheap here, man. I think it, like, came down. Yeah, SCI is still cheap here. Test demand. Breakout, retest highs. I would say all you're waiting for on SCI is this. Once this, I set an alert here. If this weekly candle closes above here, That would be a weekly break of structure on SEI, and I think you can come to like the reversal band at least, like 6446. So I'd set an alert there, and then yeah, I think you can. I think there's still time to accumulate alts. Like their Bitcoin dominance is high. They're at real lows on their Bitcoin pairs. But I'm also like 90% Bitcoin, so not the best altcoin guy, but I can give you TA. So ETH, beautiful bottom on the reversal band here. Let me get rid of these EMAs for now. So ETH breaks structure on the weekly here. It's retesting supply here. And it's still in discount right now. So it did a 50% retrace from the bottom. Got bought up aggressively, reclaimed the range. Yeah, it's just got to get above its weekly 50 EMA, really. Like, this is the only problem for ETH. It's just got to get above its weekly 50 EMA. Alright, if you see ETH close above here on the weekly, then it's got upside, right? But you can see like ETH just got rejected over and over again, and then came down to get more ammo, and now it's gonna push up. It's gonna try to push up again, right? If it comes back up to like 25.52 and it fails to get above that, then you're probably coming back to 1800. Which is the golden pocket and the order block, and then up. That would be like the same scenario as if Bitcoin fails here or at 109 and comes down to like 96. I think you see ETH down here. Okay. The mother tool. So the 4 hour shot of sell was above the outer bands being overbought. My belief was it will go up eventually. But I shorted the move. It was plus 34 at the moment. Nice. Nice. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, altcoins are being injected. Their liquidity is being injected into Bitcoin right now. Right? Like Bitcoin dominance is going up. Right? It's being injected into Bitcoin to pump Bitcoin. So shorting alts right now and accumulating alts right now makes sense. Okay, I gave you your invalidation points on Bitcoin. Went over like the general idea of what to expect for Bitcoin, right? The top of the channel is at 115. The deviation band's at 123 on the daily. The first reversal zone is like 114. Where we reclaimed the daily 50 EMA bullishly. Okay, trading psychology. So let's talk about this. So it's important that you frame trading as taking the trade. That is the win, right? If you don't take the trade, you can't win. And also, if you're afraid of losing, you can't win. So you have to define your risk. You have to find high probability setups, and you have to take the trade, right? Like if you're bearish, take this trade. Just take the trade. If you think Bitcoin's going to go down, it's a 6 risk to reward. Take the short, right? If you're bullish, take the more local long, right? Whatever the case is, the most important thing is just making sure that you can pull the trigger and not being emotional and being okay with drawdown and being okay with taking a loss as long as you calculate your risk and you know your risk going into the loss, right? Like, okay, for those of you that stuck around till here, I'm going to show you guys something. Okay. Where's all my drawings? Oh, you're kidding me. Okay. Anyway, we'll do it live. We'll do it live. You guys know my favorite chart here. Alright, so we got our daily break of structure here. This is why I'm very, very bullish. Okay. Oh, that's why. I'm an idiot. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So we had a daily break of structure on Bitcoin against gold, right? This gap is important. This gap might fill, but we had a daily break of structure. This should be here on Bitcoin against gold. So we came back down to retest the decision block before breaking out, right? And now we had an internal daily break of structure on Bitcoin gold. I think we'll have some sort of reaction up here at like 32.83. That kind of aligns with like 109. I'm watching this trend line here for the uptrend on Bitcoin gold. It's in an order block right now. Did Bitcoin break down? Like, look, like on the daily, like we've crossed bullishly the 5 and 13 EMA, and we're holding above the spider line. Doesn't mean we can't correct it with like 105 though. But no, we didn't come down. No, it's just chilling in our box. Yeah. Okay. Is reclaim treated like a volume profile? Yeah. So you can treat it. Yeah, you treat the regression channel like a volume profile. Yeah, like below 50%, or it's more like a range. You treat it like a range, right? So like above 50% is premium, below 50% is discount, and then you have your 25% deviations on both sides. I'd say, yeah, I treat it more like a range. All right, is there any other charts you guys want to look at? One of three. I can see 103. I don't know, man. Just bullish yourself. I think we'll know at the close, man. I think you're gonna know at the close. H bar, yeah, you can look at H bar. That's fine. Yeah, I think we're gonna get some pretty good action at the daily close. H bar. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a double bottom on the decision block before the break of structure. It didn't sweep this liquidity. It may sweep this liquidity. Yeah, I think H bar looks good. We got a 12-hour deep. Man, these altcoins look good, man. Like, so this was our accumulation range in the bear market, right? So we had that explosive move up, and now we've come down to mitigate that. It looks like we're forming like a double bottom. The point of control is way up here, like 28 cents, which is probably, if I'm guessing, the GP from. It's like 50. Yeah, it's in premium here. Yeah, I think you can see it move up to 28 cents. If you sweep the liquidity here, like you're looking to buy around like around like 11 cents. Yeah. I use Bitcoin USD divided by gold times 100. Sui hit the daily reversal band as well. It's coming back up. If we take our so you're just waiting for this to break, right? Set an alert on this. I mean, that's for the weekly break, but for the daily break, you were testing this order block. Yeah, I mean, I was waiting for $2.50 SUI forever because it's a retest of the lows here before the weekly break. All right, so we came back down to test the previous demand. Now we're seeing if we can bounce to fight at the 618. Okay, so the main reason that came on the live today is because everyone's freaking out about price, right? Like, is it gonna go up? Is it gonna go down? Everyone's got an opinion. My main point is that like, it's not your job to be a prophet. It's your job to read structure. It's your job to know when you're wrong, right? So we have an alert here. And then it's just your job to react to the market. What do we see here? We see a giant hidden bullish divergence here, right? Coming into the daily close, starting to curve up, right? These don't look good, but again, set an alert here. Does anyone want to talk about anything? Is there anything you guys are struggling with? All right. Well, then I'm going to make a little ad clip for the indicator here. So let's talk about this New York session. Let's talk about this New York session. All right. So how do you profit today, right? Because it's weird price action. Let's rewind. Let's turn on our orb here. Let's see. And let's rewind. So all last night we had like this slow grind. This is a common pattern you'll see on Bitcoin. Like if you look at the lows of the 30K like summer, like last cycle, you'll see this pattern, right? It's like a little ghost head. um, but how do you profit? So when you're in an uptrend, you're gonna get a lot of signal, and like look, you can see the strength in the dashboard, right? Like it's a strong uptrend. Notice how like in a downtrend, this is the 5-minute, and you get a bunch of buy signals, right? Like this downtrend, you get a bunch of buy signals on the way down, but you don't take them because you're outside of the reversal band, right? This is how you catch at least like a temporary bottom, right? You wait for price to enter back into the out of the reversal band, retest it as support. That's your entry, and then you take it up to the reversal band, right? So we would have taken like 103 to 104. But sell signals in a downtrend are amazing entries, right? Like even on something like the 5-minute, or this liquidity grab when you see it oversold, right? Approaching yesterday's orb low, and you get a buy signal, you see it push strongly, strong push out of the reversal zone. You can buy that. But the point is today. Let's put on Hike and Ashy here. Makes the data a little bit better. Okay, we can't do bar replay. Okay. Okay, so multiple entries today. So you have the SR flip here, right? We break the high, confirm a structure change. You have a 618 entry here. You have a 618 bounce here. After the break of structure, comes down, tests the 618. You get in there. If you miss that, we've now SR flipped this support level, right? So whenever it comes back down and tests the support level, you get a buy signal on there. You get long there, right? Stop loss would be if it starts breaking down, right? Comes up, you get, these would just be take profit signals because we're in an uptrend. It's like, look at the trend channel. We're in an uptrend and we're right at the bottom of the channel, right at the point of control. But yeah, so these would be your take profit signals. Comes back down. This is a perfect retest. This is what you want to see on the reversal band, right? You want to see a Hike and Ashy candle that like touches it, doesn't close, like doesn't close in it, and then like this doji would be your buy, or the MACD flip on this doji would be your buy, right? Because you're in the discount of the channel, you're tapping the overextension zone, and then you're flipping your MACD deep, like negative 100, right? You'd buy that. Your stop loss would be below the low. And if you did that, and if you've watched my New York scalping video, it goes over like the MACD scalping strategy for an uptrend in New York. But if you did that, you would have gotten at 106. You could have ridden it up to like 108, right? When you get your sell signal, you take profit. Look. You guys who stayed to the end, look at this. We made a plan. We planned out our trade. We let it play out. We drew our box. What happens? It taps the reversal band. MACD is about to cross. And the exhaustion algo prints a buy. Right? So there's no need to like be asking yourself up here like, oh, are we going to reject from 108? Oh, where are we going to go? Are we going to go to like 105? Are we going to like go to 96? Like, why are we talking about 96? Like, we haven't even broke 107 yet. Right? Like, level to level, structure to structure. That's how you want to play. Hold on. Let's watch this together. If this breaks, that's really good. But yeah, anyway, well, the point of coming on here was your job is not to be a prophet. Your job is to make a plan. Your job is to manage your risk. So you're risking 1 to 3%. 3% if it's a swing trade, 1% if it's like a scalp, right? Or whatever your risk tolerance is, right? But make a plan, plan out the trade, and take the trade. That's your job. Like, you should be judging your success as a trader as focusing on execution. Did I make a plan? Did I manage my risk? And did I take the trade? If the answer is yes and you get stopped out, who cares? Because you can lose like 7 trades in a row, and then you can win 2 trades in a row, and you can be up on your account, right? So being a successful trader is being mechanical. It's setting up, making a plan, finding a zone where you think the price is going to react, and then just pulling the trigger. Just pulling the trigger. I'm so happy that I stayed on the live a little bit longer with you guys, and we got to literally see it play out, right? But yeah, so interesting. All right, well then I'm gonna leave on a little bit of a ominous note. We're watching for this break, and we're watching for this to hold this low. Bottom of the channel, bounce. Looking to come up to like probably 107.7. All right, if there are any other questions, ask them now. Otherwise, I'm going to end it. Great question, Lydio. Yeah. So this will give you like the trend on different time frames, right? So you see the 1 hour is really bullish, and then the smaller time frames are correcting, right? Because we had a bearish break coming down. And this will change too, because on the smaller time frames, it has more data to calculate with, because like in a 30-minute candle on the 5-minute, there's a lot more data than like if I switch it to the 30-minute. Yeah. Hey, shout out Alex O Crypto, one of the best humans in crypto, one of a genuine soul. He will protect you guys and wants you guys to win. If you're not already following Alex O Crypto, definitely go subscribe over there. Join his Discord; it's amazing. But yeah, I was just I came on to calm everybody down, let them know that this is just a golden pocket retrace after a break of structure internally, and that we SFP'd the low on the 15-minute. Now we're just waiting to see if we can go higher. It's a 109 target. Yeah, your job is to make a plan, define your risk, and execute the plan. Awesome, guys. Well, with that, I will leave you guys there. There is a lot of liquidity in these lows. I told you where to set your alert. Set your alert at 106.7. If 106.7 doesn't break, look, we're getting a MACD flip on the 15. Yeah, if 106.7 doesn't break, we're holding on the daily. EMAs are crossing. We engulfed 5 days of price action. Looks good. Dang, 100 views on the live stream already. I appreciate all of you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you calmed you down. Your job is not to be right. Your job is to take the trade. Your job is not to be a prophet of where price is going to go. Your job is to react and make a plan based on what you see on the chart. Success is not defined by whether you win or lose a trade. Success is defined as whether you follow your plan and pull the trigger. And with that being said, I love all of you guys. There's multiple free profitable strategies that are back tested on my channel. There, check out the MACD one. Definitely check out the EMA strat on my channel. I'm telling you, this can change your life. Check out the one-on-one that I did with Celephant. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, fast forward to where we're talking about the 13 and the 50 EMA. And definitely watch that, because I show you how you can catch 12-to-1 trades and you can have a really low win rate and you'd be extremely profitable. If you watch the moving average video and you watch the Celephant video, the one-on-one, you will be able to make money for free. Okay? Much love out there, guys. It could be a very exciting time coming. I love all of you guys. Trade safe. Market Cipher out.